Welcome back to the Oracle of Enlightenment. This is the Observer here along with...
William T. Thrasher.
Nice to have you on the show, William.
Oh, good to be here.
And your company is?
Skirmisher Publishing, LLC.
And you make gaming books?
Yes, we do role-playing source books and D-Infinity.
Okay. And what is D-Infinity is your newest project?
D-Infinity, it's one of our biggest, most demanding projects to date. It's a fancy name for it is the Quarterly Multi-Platform Game Supplement. But what it really is a quarterly gaming magazine, and our goal is to cover gaming from as broad a spectrum as possible. So we cover tabletop role playing, we cover live action role playing, we touch on strategy tabletop games, card games, and any kind of game that you can play with dice, cards, and physical materials. That's what we want to cover.
I see. And you also do tile games and card games?
Well, we have some in development. One of the features of D-Infinity is that each volume comes with a complete standalone game. All the materials you need will be in the magazine, and then maybe some extra dice you have lying around. For instance, Volume 2 has a card game called Compost Heap, where you're trying to make the best compost heap in the neighborhood. So you want to play things like apple cores and eggshells on your compost heap, but then other players will do things like send stray dogs or raccoons to get into your compost heap and lower its quality. And other ones we have in development for future volumes of the magazine is a memory tile game called The Search for Bigfoot, where everybody's trying to find enough evidence hidden under the tiles to prove Bigfoot's existence. However, unlike some other memory games, the tiles can be shuffled and rearranged, and so you can confuse the other players and make the evidence harder for them to find.
I see. What other projects do you work on?
Well, let's see. We also do Cthulhu Live 3rd Edition, which is a live-action role-playing game based on the works of H.P. Lovecraft and other writers that have worked in the Cthulhu mythos. We have a core book for that, and we also produce scenarios, which you can either download or a handful of them you can also get as actual print books.
What's your website?
Our website is www.skirmisher.com.
And what got you into this business?
Well, what really got me into it is that I would be doing this for free if I had not found a way to get people to pay me for it. I've been into gaming to tabletop gaming since I was about 13, 14, and it's just something that I've always been involved in. I'm the type of person that when I get a game, after I've played it 2 or 3 times, I'm starting to change the game to either make it something else or make it something, in my opinion, much more interesting. And I relentlessly tinker with any game I've ever played, whether it was a board game or a role-playing game, and it escalated to the point where I just decided I'm going to have to start working on these things myself.
Is there any other projects you'd like to talk about?
Let me see. We have. In development, we have a supplement for Cthulhu Live 3rd Edition. It's not going to be a scenario book. It's going to be a setting book. Right now, it's under the working title of Six Gun Horror, although we've been tossing around the idea of changing the name to the Eldritch West because it's all about taking Cthulhu Live and playing it in the Old West. It covers the time period from the close of the Civil War up to Lovecraft's birth, which comes a few years before the dawn of the 20th century. And it'll include new skills for characters in the Old West, new advantages and disadvantages, monsters connected to the Old West, some new stagecraft, and some new stagecraft and other ways to make an Old West LARP more evocative. We also have a continuing game line called Cooper's Compendium of Corrected Creatures. It's a whole series of books. What we do is we take the monsters from D20 and from Pathfinder. And anyone who's played those games know there's a lot of feats and abilities that can change the stats of monsters that characters like druids and sorcerers can summon. So what these books do is we take those monsters and we apply the benefits from all those feats and abilities. So let's say you have the augmented summoning feat. you do not have to go ahead and calculate what the creature you summon is going to be changed into because of augmented summoning. You just open the book to that creature on the augmented summoning page, and all the math has been done for you.
All right. Well, thank you very much for granting us this interview.
Oh, you're very welcome.